Hi, this is Lisa Hayes from escapefromrelationshiphell.com, and I am coming to you today with lesson 2 in the Loveology 101 series. And this is going to be a fun lesson because you're going to get immediate results with this. Most people do. Everybody does, actually. And it's all about communication, how to be heard, how to take responsibility for your own communication when you are communicating with your beloved, with your partner. And you're going to hear me say this a lot, but men and women process information differently, and we get into a lot of trouble, or potentially a whole lot of trouble, with communication when we don't take that into consideration, when we sort of ignore that particular point, or we expect that our partner is going to be able to adopt our communication style. They can't. Brains work the way they work, and so when it comes to communication, it is hugely, massively important, particularly when the item on the table is important, that we're willing to make some modifications for that. So I'm going to talk to the ladies first, because this is obviously something I get. I'm a lady. We communicate, like we emote, we explain ourselves, we take pride in being able to really communicate well, be understood. The problem is men's brains don't work that way. Like, we know that men are matter of fact, they're straight to the point. And when we start communicating and we ask for something and then there's a whole lot of information that follows in behind that, a lot of explaining ourselves, a lot of justifying, a lot of trying to be understood, men's brains go, like, we think they're being dismissive. And they're ignoring us, and they're shutting us down, or they're not taking us seriously. But really, their brains are doing that for them. Like, their brains, they maybe got the first part, but after that, they're just like, whoosh, they're gone. Use fewer words, fewer sentences. Every time I say this, and I say it a lot, somebody will inevitably contact me and say, you're saying men are stupid. I am not. Men are actually very, very smart. Most men, some men, most men are smart. But what I'm saying is they don't think they communicate like we do. So when it's important, when it's a big deal, when we're trying to communicate something that is very, very critical to us, probably the key to success is taking it down a notch. Fewer words, fewer sentences. Don't explain yourself. Ask for what you need to ask for and be done. Stating the obvious, if you're a man and you are trying to communicate with a woman, reverse that. So use more words. So what tends to happen is man communication, particularly man-to-man communication, is extremely to the point. Here's what I want. That leaves a woman hanging. Like, instinctively, she's waiting for more information. She's like, what's coming next? She wants to understand. That's the way her brain works. And when a man says, here's what I want or need, that's almost rude. Like, she may not think it's rude or say it's rude, but she feels that, like, he's telling me what to do. He was really short. He was kind of rude. And it doesn't work. We reject that. So if you are a man and you're making a request or you're making a statement and you really need to be understood, your job is to give a little more, bring a little more in, give a little more explanation, particularly emotional information, the whys, the hows. And in both cases, this feels anti-instinctual almost, and it kind of is. I'm not suggesting as a woman you want to adopt a masculine communication style all the time, or vice versa. But I am saying that accepting that this is a variance or a difference in the way we think and communicate can make our communication much more effective when it's important. So if you are asking for something or making a statement and it's important to you to be heard and understood, adopting these practices, it's going to get you something you want, which is what you want. So play with this because you're going to enjoy it. And there are lots and lots of ways to play with this and adapt it and modify it and find ways to do it where you can still be in integrity with who you are in your communication and get what you want, which is what's really important. It's what we're trying to do here, get what we want in relationship. So to summarize, ladies, fewer words. Men, talk a little more, explain a little more, try and come from your heart a little bit more. And when you do that, you're going to be playing into the natural communication style of your partner. So thank you for joining me for lesson 2. If you like these videos, you can get them on YouTube, or you can buzz over to Loveology101.info and you can subscribe, and I would love that because it would be fun to have you along for the journey. And this is Lisa Hayes from EscapeFromRelationshipHell.com.